The Dodgers on the verge of acquiring yet another star player for their infield. As you know, the Dodgers have no limits when it comes to acquiring star players. And a recent article, talks a little bit about what the Dodgers could have in mind for, 2025 and 2026 potentially. We get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the 21% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button. But 78% you have not subscribed yet. This channel is like no other channel on the internet. We got Brad J drinking out of stinky shoes, drinking coffee out of stinky shoes. Of course, Walker Buehler left. And Brad J is a man of his word. And myself and Brad J are bringing you everyday Dodger content. You don't want to miss out. We're the best Dodger channel out there. So make sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Let's get right into it. There was a pretty interesting article today on Newsweek. It just came out a couple hours ago. And, I took I read the article and I thought, wow, this could be potentially something we could talk about on the show. Could the Dodgers enter the $427 million Vladimir Guerrero Jr. sweepstakes? As we know, Guerrero Jr. Is going to be a free agent after 2025. So the Toronto Blue Jays have a big decision to make with Guerrero Jr. And the question is going to be, what are the Dodgers, who's going to get involved, and are the Dodgers involved in this? Now, this article talks a little bit about why the Dodgers would get involved in trying to acquire the superstar first baseman. You might think, well, they already have Freddie Freeman. What do you mean? Well, this article kind of talks about it, and I'm going to kind of give my idea to this story as well. So according to the article, of course, there will be a lot of hoops to jump through for Los Angeles to acquire the superstar first baseman. The first hoop to figure out would be position. Freddie Freeman, of course, is a first baseman. Ohtani is the DH. If you're thinking of putting him at DH, that means Guerrero would have to come to the Dodgers as a third baseman. Of course, Guerrero was a third baseman before moving to first base. He played 100 innings at third base in 2024. Even just last year, he started his career as an everyday third baseman, and last year, played third base as well. So the Dodgers could have Guerrero Jr. be the everyday third baseman, for the team. Of course, right now they got Max Muncy, but come on, Muncy is getting up there. Guerrero is basically moving into his prime, and the first baseman issue as well. Guerrero Jr. could potentially be the everyday first baseman once Freddie Freeman retires, because Freddie Freeman, is, of course, right now the star first baseman. He was the World Series hero for the Dodgers, but, eventually Freddie Freeman is going to be a player that's going to, retire. He's going to, get past his prime. He's probably already past his prime. The last couple of years were probably his prime, but, Freddie Freeman's numbers will potentially decline in the next few years. And if you can get Guerrero Jr. to be the next guy in line, playing third base every day and, moving into first base eventually, I think it would absolutely be game-changing. Now, of course, the second hoop is a bit more complicated, as it says here in the article. Would the Blue Jays be willing to trade Guerrero to the best team in the league? Yeah, the Dodgers are the best team in the league. They are World Series champions. According to this article, it says, my answer would be yes. If Toronto is trading Guerrero, it means that it's not anticipating winning anything meaningful for the next few years. They'd be going into a full rebuild. And if the Blue Jays can land a prospect haul for L.A., they wouldn't mind it. Of course, the Dodgers if the Dodgers would win the 2025 World Series, the Blue Jays basically have no shot to win once they trade Guerrero Jr. They'll be going into a full rebuild. And as the articles as well goes into, whether they have the prospect capital to acquire the infielder or not. Come on. The Dodgers have a lot of young talent. You got River Ryan, who, of course, we all love as Dodger fans. We got a chance to watch him this past year, and he was absolutely great. We wish nothing but the best to River. Of course, is dealing with a serious injury. Bobby Miller, who, wasn't great, but still regarded highly around the league as a, potential star eventually. And then Justin Robleski as well, as we know, we got a chance to watch him and, has struggled, but has the potential to be, a lot better in the future, right? So looking at that, the Dodgers have star especially in the pitching prospects, in the pitching rotation, in the pitching department. The Dodgers have some of the best prospects in Major League Baseball. I mean, talk to a team like the Angels. They would love to have the prospects the Dodgers have, and they just don't have them. They just don't have them, and the Dodgers have them, and they already have a bunch of pitchers already at the Major League level. I mean, they got literally Blake Snell just signed up. So they got Blake Snell, they got Yamamoto, they got Ohtani, they got all these pitchers locked up for years to come. Where do these prospects fit in? Where do these prospects fit in as starting pitchers? Comment below. Do you guys think the Dodgers have any room for these prospects at the? I mean, of course, moving them to the bullpen is always an option. But if these pitchers are starting pitchers, they have the potential to be starting pitchers in Major League Baseball, and you have no room for them in your Major League Baseball club. I mean, aren't you forced to trade them away? I mean, I would do it. I think the Dodgers should seriously look at trading away some of these pitching prospects in the next few years, especially if you sign Sasaki, who is, of course, as we know, in the Dodgers' radar. And like Brad J said, if they don't sign Sasaki, he's going to be drinking coffee out of his dirty shoe again in the new year. So I'm not going to be doing any bets like that anytime soon. We'll think of something, though, eventually. But I'm going to say Sasaki as well. I think he's going to be a Dodger. And I really think so. I mean, I think the Dodgers are locked in on him. I think it's the best option for him to come to LA. The Dodgers have had their eye on him for a while now, a couple years. It's already been, they've been interested in this guy for a while. This is the first time they're getting a chance to sign him, right? He's been playing in Japan, and this is the first shot they're going to actually get. So I really think as well, going to agree with Brad on that one. I think, he's coming to LA. But the thing, going back to Guerrero Jr., I mean, I think it's a good option. What do you guys think? Comment below. Do you think Vlad Jr., can't forget his dad, legendary baseball player, got a chance to watch him play many times when he was playing with the Angels. I think it's a strong possibility the Dodgers consider this trade. Blue Jays, they're trading him. I mean, you really think Guerrero Jr. is signing with the Blue Jays? I mean, I don't see. They're obviously trying to sign him, but does he want to sign with Toronto? I mean, Toronto's future is kind of all up in the air. They didn't get Ohtani. They missed out on Ohtani. Their offseason has been a complete disaster for the Blue Jays. They have gotten nobody, basically. They have struck out on all free agents. I mean, it's hard to get players to go to Canada. The high taxes, the weather. I know they play in a beautiful stadium. I got a chance to visit, Rogers Field a couple years back. It's a beautiful place. But it's just not, it's hard to get people to go there. And I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to want to leave, and the Blue Jays are going to have to trade him. They can't let him walk in free agency after this season. So the rumors are going to start, and I think the Dodgers, my prediction for 2025, they get involved in these rumors, and they're going to make an effort to try to trade for Guerrero Jr. I really think so. I really think they're going to make an effort, a strong effort, and with the prospects they have, we cannot rule out the possibility of having Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the Dodgers, which would absolutely be amazing. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!